if you are building a PC or you want to build something, you want to upgrade, this might not be the right time, but then again, it might also be the right time. So we are at an inflection point. Prices of consumer-facing tech is just gonna go up. And I'm gonna predict this right now. It doesn't look good, not now, and also not for 2026, especially not for 2026 and going forward. What do I mean by this? I have this article for you, and it reads, with AI data centers scooping up RAM, laptop prices could spike in 2026. Now, I don't know if you remember, like a week ago, I made a video criticizing these AI companies, and like I always do. I don't know if you're gonna know which one I made, but yeah, quick plug. Make sure you go back to my channel and actually watch my videos if you want to support the channel. Even if you don't sub, just make sure you watch the videos. Like you might get something from it, especially if you're a tech enthusiast like me. So with AI data centers scooping up RAM, laptop prices could spike in 2026. Phones and other tech products will be affected by shortage too, with experts predicting shrinkflation in consumer electronics. Meaning what? The same thing we've been seeing happening to the other products, especially like foods, is going to happen to tech. So DDR4 RAM stick of like 16 gigabytes that used to cost around $80 or $100 is going to be like $200, or maybe you find something like 4 gigs of RAM DDR5 almost doubling in price in the next year. It's already starting to happen, and we've seen something happen with there's a company, Crucial Memory is no longer selling to consumer. So it's now selling to big tech and these AI companies. So I predicted that this was going to happen to more companies. It started with graphics card back when crypto was in, but crypto was a fad, and then that died down, and the graphics card prices lowered again, and then AI came again, and then the prices went up, and now the RAM is being cut from the consumer to the enterprise to support this AI advancement. Same thing with your electrical bill. Trust me, the electrical bill is also going to go up. Everything concerning technology is just going to go up as long as we have this AI going on. And I keep asking myself, is this worth it? What problems are we solving with AI that are so important that they could cost us our livelihood? Generating a picture of a cat? Is that enough to justify this spending, justify the prices of things going up? Things we used to enjoy. Getting RAM, you can upgrade your PC instead of buying a new one. And especially that buying a new one is also getting expensive. And plus we have like a Windows, making it also very complicated, requiring the customers buy new tech, new laptops in order to have Windows 11. And then Windows 11 being bloated with ads and things that are not supposed to be there. So overall, I think going forward, everything is going to be tailored towards like the enterprise, like the big tech companies. They're the only ones who are going to afford. Same thing that happened to cars, where like new cars got so expensive that also old cars ended up getting expensive. So if you have an old PC, I used to see people just selling old PC, like a 5-year-old PC that still worked, did great, like it would be amazing for somebody just playing video games, and you'll be able to acquire for like $600, and they had like a good graphics card in there, not like the current gen, like 2 gens prior, and it still worked. I have like a 1080 from back in 2017. It still does work for me, and I don't think I can find that graphics card, the same one I have, even if it's not up to par with the current ones. It's shit. Let's just not lie, it's shit compared to the newer ones. But it works for me. I'm able to play what I want to play, and that's enough for me. But even these ones, they got so expensive that buying it now versus buying it back when I bought it, it's a completely different thing. It's completely different market. So we're just gonna read through. If you have been thinking of upgrading your aging laptop or replacing your cracked smartphone, here's some friendly advice. Don't wait too long. Right now, we're in the middle of a brief window where holiday sales are keeping prices artificially low, even as the cost of the technology inside those devices is skyrocketing. I saw the warning signs firsthand. I recently set out to build a smart gaming PC for my living room to play on my TV with surround sound. The project required a standard 32GB kit of RAM. On September 11, that kit was selling for a reasonable $90. See, 32 gigabytes. By the time I placed my order on November 21st, just like a little bit under a month, the price now, like a little bit over a month, the price had tripled. Oh my God, look at this. When I checked again this week, the price for that exact same memory kit had climbed to $350. You see where this is going? So why is this happening? Put simply, the rapid build out of AI data centers is causing a massive vacuum in the supply chain. And I keep saying, is this worth it in the end? Is this worth it in the end? What are we doing that's so important with AI that it's taking away from the consumer tech market? Of course, the consumer tech market can never defeat the big corporations because they have a shit ton of money. Money is concentrated only in the hands of a few. So if they're gonna buy it, the companies that make it, they're going to sell it to them. They'd rather sell it to them. That's how they're gonna make more money for themselves. So it makes sense for them to sell it. Shit, if I was selling RAM, I would increase the prices and also sell it to the big players. Of course, because I'm trying to make money. I don't care about the consumer, but the consumers are going to suffer, of course. We're the ones who suffer. Major tech companies are placing open-ended orders for memory to power new AI data centers. According to reporting by Reuters, the companies are effectively telling manufacturers they will buy as much as can be delivered. Really? And there's no AI bubble. Makes sense. Anyway, like Samsung, this has encouraged RAM manufacturers like Samsung, SK Hynix to pivot their factories away from making standard consumer memory to prioritizing high-profit enterprise chips. Of course, what do you expect? Anyway, this we already discussed. There's just no RAM in the market basically at all. According to Tom, the creator of Moore's Law is Dead, a popular media outlet that tracks the computer industry. To protect his privacy, he uses only his first online name. This is in price gouging by a local retailer. Retailers like Best Buy or Micro Center aren't arbitrarily marking up the sticks of RAM to make a quick buck. In fact, they're frustrated because high prices drive consumers away. So only the big AI companies are going to be able to afford this. Same thing with everything. Basically, guys, like if you have any electronics, hold on to them because they're just going to keep getting expensive. And I think in the future, if this keeps on going, everything is just you're gonna rent everything, own nothing, and be happy. That's what they want you to do. So at the end of the day, this is what they want. So they're just gonna expect you to rent your phone because you can't afford to buy it outright. Rent your car because you can't afford to own it outright. Those two things already happen to some people. And now like things like components inside of something you buy as a unit, like RAM, you not being able to own it or having to buy it on installments because it costs so much, or not being able to buy it at all, that you have to rely on RAM from somebody else. Like say, so all your computer is going to be done in the cloud, and you have to pay those cloud providers, because that to me is just, it shouldn't be allowed. Like the government shouldn't allow that to happen. It shouldn't allow that to happen. But this is where it's going. This is where it's going. They're supporting the AI companies. This is where it's going. Electricity bills is going to go up too. Don't mark my words on this. So doesn't look good. And the scarcity contagion spread beyond RAM. The demand for AI chips is squeezing the supply of NAND flash used in SSDs and traditional hard drives as well. DigiTimes Asia recently reported that contract prices for traditional hard drives have already jumped roughly 4% in the last quarter as cloud giants buying up massive high capacity drives. In the components market, the inflation has already arrived, but walk into Best Buy today and you won't see big price hikes on laptops and other devices yet. This is the key part. So if you have something you want to buy, I would say like you have now and maybe the second quarter of next year. After that, I think it's just gonna go crazy expensive. Either that or like the AI bubble is going to pop at some point, or it's just gonna cool down. I expect it to cool down, but by the time it cools down, the market would have already changed so much that this might be like the new future, as bleak as it looks. We haven't really seen any price adjustments just because it's the middle of the holiday season, says Avery Bissett, laptop and desktop analyst at Open Brand, a research firm that tracks retail pricing and product data. Hello, shrinkflation, paying more for less. Manufacturers know you hate seeing higher price tags, so to keep the price steady, at least some of them may try to sneak a sneaky tactic, shrinkflation. But how does that work? How would you? Because RAM, you buy it already by the quantity. You're gonna increase the price. It's just a price hike at the end of the day. You can't do shrinkflation. You can't make RAM look bigger than it is. If RAM is 16 gigs of RAM, it's the 16 gigs of RAM stick. You can just say it's 16 gigs of RAM and then put 5 gigs of RAM. That's not how it works. That's shrinkflation to me, but I think it's just gonna go up. Just say the prices are gonna go up, man. That's what's gonna happen. Warning that manufacturers will try to slide in lower spec models to hit a familiar this and it doesn't even just have to be RAM. Besides, says you could downgrade your screen, you could cut some corners, some features elsewhere. Okay, so this is what he meant. So they're gonna try to downgrade the entire. If you buy like a laptop, they're gonna try to downgrade other components in order to compensate for the price hikes of some other components. Laptop you buy, $600 laptop you buy in 2026 might look identical to the 2025 model, but under the hood it may have a dimmer screen and 8 gigs of RAM instead of 16. Pay more or get less. Reality is hitting smartphones just as hard. Counterpoint Research warned this week that while average smartphone selling prices will likely raise by 6.9% next year, the problem for budget-conscious shoppers is the degradation of the phone itself. In some models, we are seeing downgrades of components like camera modules, displays, and audio components. Counterpoint senior analyst Sheng Hou Bai says in the report, manufacturers could also drop lower-end devices from their lineup altogether in the face of rising costs. For shoppers, this creates a double squeeze in 2026. Cheap phones are disappearing, and mid-range devices are getting worse cameras just to keep their prices from exploding. How to beat the high prices? Buy now if you can. Consider buying an older model. Shop around. That's true. So you don't have that many options. Anyway, this looks as bad as it sounds. So I do agree with this article. So if you have something to buy, now is the right time. Now is the right time to me at least, I think that if you have something you actually want to buy that you think is of utility to you, buying it at the moment when you need it with the most, which is right now, is the best thing to do. So if you have something, you were saving some money to buy something, or like you wanted to save up a little more to buy something else, I would say just get the one below it if you can afford it. Currently, just get what you can afford. I'm not saying like it's going to be crazy, but I think it's pretty much starting, and we can see the writing on the wall. So it's just gonna keep getting crazier and crazier. So if you want to buy something, if either a phone, you want to upgrade your phone, you want to upgrade your RAM, maybe RAM, it's already too late. I would say just stick with whatever you have, but if you need it for work or whatever, I would say buy something, find deals, shop around, find deals. Even currently, you may get some used RAM for a good price, not so slow, like on marketplace or somewhere else on eBay. You can find good deals. That's what I did. I wanted to upgrade my processor, and I went shopping online. It was crazy. I thought about spending that much money, and I thought maybe if I was going to do that, I would just renew my entire system, and I didn't see no need to do that. And plus, if I upgraded, I wanted to be able to use Windows 10. And Windows 10 started having all these things happening, and I was like, Windows 11, these things started happening. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stick with what I have right now, and I'm just gonna go to Linux, and then ditch Windows altogether and just keep what I have, because the system works as is for my needs. It works. So I stuck with whatever I had, and then just got a used CPU for a good price. It's in good shape. I kept my old one because it also was in good shape in case I want to build something for my kids, or want to build something for somebody else, or mine just farts. The one I bought used farts for some reason, so I just kept that one around, which was a good choice looking back, because I always have that as backup. Yeah, so shop around, and if you see something that's a good deal at your price point, just get it. There's no other good moment other than now, especially if it's something you need. Just get it right now, because it's just gonna keep shooting up. Yeah, this is the new reality we have to live with. I predicted this months ago, and it's actually started happening with RAM. Other components too are gonna happen. Do you think this is actually bad? And I keep asking the same question. Please answer below if you have more insight. Do you think this is worth it, the direction we're heading into? Comment below, let me know if you think this is worth it, that the consumer market is getting sacrificed for the AI overloads, and if you think this is a good way to go, that you will actually own you won't own your compute, and you will be happy about it, paying for a subscription to somebody else. I guess now everybody's just gonna be like renting out the VM to be able to do their work. Anyway, that's my take on it. Let me know below if you agree or disagree, or if you have any insights. If I got something wrong, comment below, let me know. I'd like to have some feedback on my videos, and make sure to like, subscribe. I'm asking too much of you. Just hit the like button and then go on your way, on your journey to keep watching some other AI style content on the platform, if that's what's next for you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking here long enough to finish the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.